Guys, the Dallas Mavericks won the draft lottery. They're number one. They have done the impossible, winning the number one overall pick with just 1.8%. And I think karamihan ng experts din ang nag-iisip na Cooper Flagg will be the guy they're going to draft in this upcoming NBA season. Crazy, no? Part ng Luka Doncic trade, bigla na lang naging Cooper Flagg. So in a way, I know Mavs fans still hate Nico Harrison. Pero siguro this result kinda changes the things a bit. Konti lang siguro. Things have to fit, things have to mesh in order for fans to forgive Harrison. Anyway, how did the Mavs get here? So the Mavericks recently traded superstar Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis. Kyrie Irving's ACL injury pushed them unexpectedly into the lottery. Sino ba si Cooper Flagg? 18-year-old Duke forward, averaged 19.2 points, 7.5 rebounds, 4.2 assists, 1.4 steals, and 1.4 blocks. And I would say he's an elite two-way player, dynamic defensive presence, versatile offensive talent, and NBA scout consensus, sinasabi nila dito na this is the best American prospect since Zion Williamson and Anthony Davis. And ironically, magiging teammate niya, si Anthony Davis, dito sa Dallas Mavericks. So ano ba yung mabibigay niya agad-agad with the Dallas Mavericks? Ang una kong nakikita dito yung defensive impact, kasi yung sa offense, that will still have to flow with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis with a sprinkle of Klay Thompson here and there. So hindi siya agad mape-pressure to immediately contribute there. But I believe Cooper Flagg could give you 14 to 15 points in his rookie year. Maybe 14 and 9, 14 and 10, let's see. Anyway, the defensive impact. So defensive potential. Meron siyang elite instincts, elite rim protection, and a versatile defender. So forming a defensive anchor duo with Anthony Davis, and alam naman natin what Anthony Davis could bring when it comes to defense, and the possibility of big lineups alongside Derek Lively, Daniel Gafford, and yun nga, kakasabi ko lang Anthony Davis. So they could mix and match that one, and imagine pagbalik ni Kyrie Irving from an ACL injury, this team looks like it's ready to compete. Actually nga, I thought na if everything went well, hindi na-injure si Anthony Davis, hindi na-injure si Kyrie Irving, nung regular season na to nakakatapos lang, I felt like they could go deep in the finals. Not deep into the finals, they could go deep in the NBA playoffs, pero alam naman nga natin yung mga injuries that happen, so of course hindi na mangyayari yun. Next up, paano naman yung offensive fit and potential challenges? So yung role ni Cooper Flagg na nilagay ko dito for my notes is that he's gonna be a secondary creator. And particularly with Kyrie Irving sidelined initially. So with Kyrie Irving on the sidelines, mas makakaroon siya ng touches. Magkakaroon siya ng opportunities to prove himself. Also, maybe a first option if Anthony Davis sits. Alam na rin naman natin yung mga injuries that Anthony Davis gets or unfortunately happens to him. So may mga times talaga na they might have to rely on Cooper Flagg. When it comes to offense, this is a strong rim finisher. Nag-evolve na rin yung playmaking ni Cooper Flagg, as you could see in some of his videos sa NCAA with Duke. Hindi ko masyado mapapakita yun dito kasi very strict si YouTube when it comes to showing NCAA clips and off-ball capabilities na rin. Although yung concern natin dito is yung 3-point shooting for Cooper Flagg. He's not a knockdown 3-point shooter na what some would expect or need from a guy na i-prepare mo with Anthony Davis in the front court, pero okay lang yun. She shot 38.5% from college, pero wag natin kakalimutan na mas malayo ang 3-ball ng NBA compared sa college. So kapag nag-average out siguro yan, it could be in the 28-29%, which is not entirely good, pero he's a rookie, kaya niya ayusin yan. It's not gonna be impossible to fix that or increase the 3-point percentage. There's still room to grow as a consistent NBA level spot-up shooter. And kahit hindi siya maging off-the-dribble 3-point shooter, his drives to the rim are elite. When he goes straight down the line, it's really hard to stop it. Grabe naman rin kasi yung physicals ni Cooper Flagg. One of the things they mentioned nga during the Olympic scrimmage performance is that he's confident and capable against elite defenders already, like Drew Holiday na naka-matchup nila during yung mga preparations ng Team USA before they headed to the finals. So to get great feedback from Drew Holiday and Anthony Davis, your future teammate, speaks a lot about the kind of prospect that you are. So imagining the Mavericks' future lineup, So ang potential starting lineup natin once Kyrie Irving comes back is Kyrie at the point, Klay at the 2, Anthony Davis at the 5, tapos Cooper Flagg at the 4. Hindi ako sure kung sino lalagay nila at the 3. Maybe a PJ Washington, lalagay mo ba siya at the 3? Not really sure kasi hindi mo naman pwede pagsabay si Anthony Davis, Derek Lively, and Cooper Flagg. Pero actually, pwede rin nila i-explore yung possibility na yun. Pero si Cooper Flagg will have to slide down to the 3. But without a reliable 3-point shooting, medyo alanganin pa ako doon. But let's see what they could do. Alam mo naman, the Mavericks can always catch us off guard. Jason Kidd will always find ways to to try to unlock his team. So how does Cooper Flagg complement the current Mavericks players? So defensive flexibility, off-ball scoring, pick-and-roll scenarios, the possibilities are endless. Kaya tuwang-tuwa yung mga Mavericks fans. At yung video nga ng mga Dallas management at they were celebrating when they got the first pick, and who wouldn't, diba? After all the scrutiny that they got for trading Luka Doncic, which is deserved considering na they traded their franchise star and a well-beloved player. Pero with Cooper Flagg at number 1, siguro magpa-patch up. Some things are patching up. Some things will heal with this pick. If tinuloy nila si Cooper Flagg, which I hope they would. And this guy has a long-term franchise cornerstone potential, maintaining relevance as contenders for years. So, if he follows his path as if hindi siya bust, as a franchise cornerstone, edi it's gonna be a great transition for the Mavs to go back to the playoffs once again. Maybe rival the Lakers when it comes to being prepared for the playoffs. Maybe meet the Lakers one way or another pagdating sa semifinals or sa Western Conference Finals. Depende talaga where they end up when it comes to the standings in the Western Conference. Now, alam ko may mga ibang nagtatanong dito na, is this a franchise-altering opportunity or trade asset? Now, I wouldn't trade Cooper Flagg. I'm sure papasok yun sa utak rin nila na what if we trade Cooper Flagg? What if we trade this number 1 pick to compete now? Pero the reason Dallas should consider keeping Cooper Flagg is because he's a generational talent and a clean evaluation, potential to create a new championship window. And they don't want to, they don't want to alienate the fans again. May nakikita akong mga articles na they could consider trading him, pero for the sake of the franchise, for the sake of the management, keep nyo na si Cooper Flagg. You'll never know what you're gonna get from him. And mataas naman yung potential na. So why not ride it out, diba? I don't think naman na iti-trade siya. But minimension ko na lang rin yung mga nakita ko as I was checking out what could happen with the Mavericks potentially adding Cooper Flagg. So pretty much yun lang naman yun. It's gonna be pressure as always. Historical pressure. Same pressure that Zion Williamson received. Same pressure as Anthony Davis that he received. Mga number 1 picks and also Luka Doncic. And also Luka Doncic legacy. That's a lot to live up to. The fans love Luka. Grabe yung binigay niya ever since he was drafted there in 2018. And I feel like the Mavs should build around Cooper Flagg and do not consider blockbuster trade scenarios. Keep him, develop him, and see what he could do with Kyrie Irving and Anthony Davis and the rest of the guys. Nico Harrison proved that he could build a capable team. When Luka Doncic was there, PJ Washington, you got Derek you got Daniel Gafford. He got the guys to back up Luka and build a team that went to the finals. Medyo questionable na talaga yung Luka trade, but they got the number 1 pick. So, what do you guys think? What do Mavericks fans think? Is Flagg the new face of the franchise, or with a possibility of Giannis being open to trade scenarios, would you trade for Giannis using the number 1 pick? I don't know. But kayo, let me know in the comments, guys. As always, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.